There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hello and a happy Tuesday afternoon to you. This is First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas. We are headed into an active 36-hour or so window where we are going to see a rather large winter storm make its way into the region. This is a winter storm we've been talking about since early last week. It has certainly stayed on track as far as the timing. First alert weather days for Tuesday and Wednesday, they've been in place for the last several days, and it looks like that is coming true to form. Now, you look outside, it's actually felt all right out there today. It's looked good temperature-wise. It has been windy, but warm as well. But again, we are going to see those changes really starting to impact the region within the next 2 to 3 hours, and it is a wet weather system. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you what's going on outside here, and you can see just how windy it's gotten over the last about 3-4 hours or so. Winds have really picked up. We are seeing temperatures again in the mid-30s, upper 30s, all the way to the upper 40s, aided by that wind. We're seeing wind gusts 30s, even 40+ miles per hour, and winds are going to continue to be one of the several issues that we are looking at here, which is going to cause not only a very impactful snow across much of the region, but also some heavy rain and very poor travel conditions, not just later this evening and overnight, but well into our Wednesday. So again, this is something we're going to keep an eye on for you. Keep watching and update you. Want to go ahead and pull it off the camera here, take you to what we've got. Again, First Alert Weather Day is still in effect for today and tomorrow. What are we watching? Again, this is through Wednesday. Winter storm, rain mix today, snow as we get to tonight for some areas and into your Wednesday. Areas could see 6 to 10+ inches of snow in particular as we get to the Northern Valley. And we'll look here, we're going to walk through several steps, kind of showing you how much precipitation overall we're expecting to see, and then who sees the most in terms of snow, who gets the most rainfall. Here's what we've got for you. I want to start with a winter storm warning we have in effect. All the areas here shaded in red. This issued by the National Weather Service starts at 6 p.m. this evening, so a little less than 3 hours from right now, goes all the way to midnight tomorrow night. Heavy snow accumulation within these locations. So Grand Forks, we're looking at you. We're looking at Bemidji, Langdon, Devil's Lake, all of northwest Minnesota, Lake of the Woods country. Areas shaded in blue, this is where we have that winter weather advisory. Stepping out of the way a little bit, again, same time frame, 6 p.m. to midnight. Snow accumulations within these areas of blue, about 2 to 5 inches of snowfall, wind gust up to 40 miles per hour. Again, light ice accumulations as well. And this is something we're going to see, or at least have the potential to see in all locations. That is that opportunity for a little bit of light ice. Not going to be a lot of ice with this. It doesn't take much to cause big travel issues, especially when you start talking about adding snow on top of that. Now, why do we not have that winter weather advisory pushing farther south? Right now, it looks like the bulk of the rain is going to come down in these southern locations. I think we will see snowfall, just not as much. And it'll be interesting to see if the National Weather Service does extend our area south due to the fact that we're going to have this very strong winds. We are going to see snow and blowing snow. Again, not a guarantee. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we saw a winter weather advisory extended into those areas. What I will tell you is very likely that we are going to see road closures in those areas that we typically see the issues. And we're talking about 29 north. And again, that is not a guarantee, but based on what we typically see, this is a big winter weather system and a wet winter weather system. And we've got that wind 40, maybe even 50+ at times in some locations. So again, if you're along Highway 2, if you're 29, don't be surprised at all tonight, tomorrow, if at one point or another we do see those road conditions, at least travel advisory, if not a complete and total closure. So here's what we've got. This is our total moisture potential. So what this is that moisture from rain plus liquid and snow. You start seeing these yellow, dark green colors. That indicates a lot of moisture within this system and a lot of rain / snow coming down. 1 to 2 inches in the area shaded in yellow. Notice Grand Forks. Notice Bemidji around Devil's Lake. those are also the areas we expect to see the potential for the highest snowfall totals. Now, as we get closer to Roseau Baudette, we start to see a little bit less in terms of that liquid accumulation. Now, it's all going to fall, or just about all of it, snow in these areas, so we're still expecting some pretty decent snowfall totals. Whereas you head to Fargo, you head farther south, we're getting a lot of precipitation, a lot of moisture as well. But because it is going to be warmer, the expectation is most of that will come down as rain. So what about the actual projected snowfall totals, the expected totals here? You look at Langdon, 10 plus inches, that extends to Cavalier, Walhalla, perhaps into Devil's Lake as well. Areas in dark blue, the expectation is about 6 to 10 inches. And you notice, just mentioned this, Roseau Baudette, even though you're not in that highest potential situation, or I should say moisture precipitation overall, because it's going to fall almost exclusively as snow, that potential to see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches is going to be there. Grand Forks, you're right in the heart of that area as well. That 6 to 10 inch mark, could even see a little bit higher locally. We get down to about Fargo, showing 3 to 6 inches. I believe Fargo's going to stay more in that 1 to 3 inch range. Then you got a little pocket here around Sisseton where I think we could see a little bit more snow there, a little higher elevation, 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. So again, really layered so that our northern locations expected to see the most snow. And again, I know 6 to 10 is kind of a wide range, but you get these systems where we get pockets where the snow gets a little heavier, and I think those are the spots where we're going to get closer, of course, to the 10 inch, where we do see those pockets of heavier snow there. By and large, I think most of the areas in this dark blue probably closer to 6, 7, 8 inches, and then again, Langdon 10 plus, that is a lot of snow, and again, our real impact here to travel conditions. This is why I expect to see road closures in those locations. Now, this is the expected snowfall totals that I am expecting. Grand Forks, again, about 6 to 10. Devil's Lake, same. We get to Langdon, 8 to 12 plus inches of snowfall. Again, very heavy snow, a wet snow as well. Roseau, right in the 5 to 10 range at this point. I think Bemidji is sitting there at 6 to 10. Now, in comparison or in contrast, Fargo, think about 1 to 3 inches. We could creep up a little bit higher if that snow starts early. I think for Fargo, Moorhead, right around 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8 o'clock is somewhere in that window. I think we'll start to see that transition. So for the better part of the night, I think it's going to be a rain-snow mix, a little bit of ice in there with that transition during the early morning hours. Obviously, morning commute could be a real mess. And again, as I mentioned, even if we just stay in that rain zone, we are still going to see the wind picking up. It is going to be tough going either way. Detroit Lakes, about 1 to 4. Then you get to Wahpeton, Fergus Falls, up to 2 inches. And I did mention there in Sisseton, South Dakota, that's one spot where we could, in our southern area, that could actually creep up above the 2 inch mark, maybe 3, 4, 5 inches. So satellite radar, here is where the precipitation is right now. You can see it just starting to enter the region. A lot of this rainfall at this point, not even making it all the way to the ground, falling into some drier air, but that air is going to get moist very quickly, and we're going to start to see that rain really pan out. In particular, let's say the next 2 to 3 hours. So now we're taking about 4 o'clock, and again, this is some of that lighter rain we're seeing. Notice those wind bars, 30, 40 plus miles per hour, those window arrows there. So again, winds are very strong. Now we're starting to see it. 7 o'clock this evening. In fact, I'm going to slide over to this side of the board, and you can see we're already projecting a little mix. That's off to our west, but it gives you an idea we're getting close in our region to that point. You see the yellow, the red here. That indicates where we're getting, or at least the potential is there for some heavier rain. In fact, we could even see, you might hear a rumble of thunder this evening or see a lightning strike. Not out of the question as the system moves through, especially the early part of the window here this evening and during the early overnight hours. Now we get to 10 o'clock. Grand Forks here, big target, in fact, all the way up to the border down to about Hillsborough, where we are going to see that potential for that ice. So again, kind of a dangerous scenario there when you start talking about building that up and then getting some snow on top of it. Northernmost areas, we're seeing some of that snow, and you notice Fargo down south, 10 p.m. we are still looking at mainly rain. We push ahead to midnight. Now we're starting to see that snow kind of funnel more into Grand Forks there as opposed to a mix. You're in Langdon, as mentioned, Devil's Lake. You're in Lake of the Woods Country, Roseau, Bemidji. You're starting to see all snow at this point. Again, this is around midnight. We get to Fargo. Where are we? It looks like we're still in that rain area. Jamestown still looking at rain. Fergus Falls, all the way down to Minneapolis. Generally rain at this point. Again, really watching this area in pink as well. That's where we have that mix. That's where we have that best chance of getting slick roads out there. 4 a.m., snow, I think heavier snow in Grand Forks. Heavier snow for basically the northern half of our region. Fargo, starting to see that mix at that point. So a little snow mixing in with the rain. Still looking at some rain even 4 o'clock in the morning. Kind of wrapping around in our southernmost areas, we're going to see a mix and some snow start to develop as well. This is the key, 7 a.m. Talking about Fargo, Moorhead specifically. That window where it looks like somewhere around there, we're going to see that switch over to snow. When we do, it's going to be coming down heavy. It's a heavy, wet snow. Keep in mind, that wind is blowing as well. So travel conditions become very poor very quickly with that transition. Grand Forks, still seeing snow coming down all night long. Again, that's why we're projecting that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow. And again, in Langdon, a little closer, maybe a foot of snow. Cavalier as well. Out west, you're heading 94 west. You are running into trouble about 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, if not earlier. Now, interestingly, at this point, if you're on 94 heading off to the south and east toward Fergus Falls, still looks like there may be a gap. May not be really, or at least too bad with travel at that point. Then we jump into 10 a.m. Now we're generally looking at snow for all the areas that precipitation is falling. Fargo still in the window. We could see some heavier snow. Grand Forks, again, some lighter snow. So the reason why we're talking about snow in Fargo and it coming down heavier, again, the reason why we're not projecting a lot more snow at this point is because it's going to take such a long time to develop. Because by the time we get to about 1 o'clock, most of the snow that's coming down at this point is lighter snow. So not a lot of additional accumulation. Most of the heavy snow, most of the accumulating snow is going to come down from, depending on location, from 10, 11 o'clock tonight through about 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Then that snow does become lighter. We get to 4 o'clock. Now it's more of a snow shower sort of scenario, at least the way it looks right now. 7 o'clock, snow becomes less coverage across the area, and again, generally lighter snow. By the time we get to Thursday morning, we are in good shape. Maybe a few flurries sticking around. We talked about the wind. Here's what we've got for you. Starting midnight, heading into tomorrow morning. So that morning commute, wind gusts have gone down. That's the good news. Still going to be windy out there at times. We're still going to see gusts, even though Scav's 23. I think we'll have pockets here and there where wind gusts will still be in that 30-plus range. So it doesn't mean we're out of the woods, but again, midnight can be very windy. If you have to head out late this evening through the early morning hours, please keep in mind snow and wind going to be an issue. Fargo, now we're taking a look from this afternoon through this evening. You can see our wind gusts mid-40s, upper 40s, even a few low 50s, and that's going to be pretty uniform. We've got Fargo here, but again, most of the region seeing very strong winds this afternoon, this evening, and through the early overnight hours. Just want to show you a quick look at our temperatures before we go, because this is also a key. 6 a.m. Why are we still talking about the potential for rain instead of snow, or at least a mix in Fargo? We're still sitting, hovering just above that freezing mark, but by 1 degree. That's that time period where transition could make all the difference. I mean, we're dropping down a degree or two. We're seeing that changeover. Meanwhile, our northern areas, you're well below the freezing mark in Langdon, Roseau. So again, Thief River, Bemidji, all snow in these locations. Afternoon tomorrow, we're seeing our temperatures now starting to cool down just a little bit. We're going to hover right around freezing throughout the day in Fargo. But what we do have at this point, all areas that are getting precipitation are getting snow. Last thing I want to show you, our 11-day planner here, and what we're going to see after this. Light snow showers Thursday and Friday. Very little in the way of any additional accumulation. It is going to be breezy, not as windy as Wednesday, but breezy Thursday and Friday. Temperatures going down, 18 for the weekend, 16 and 14 with a low, I should say, of 7 and 2. We've got sunshine. Great news there. It is going to be colder. The nice thing about this is, second half of February, we're not going back into a deep freeze, an extended period of cold weather. As you look at next week, in fact Tuesday, we're already jumping back up to 30, mid-20s, low 30s. So again, we're kind of heading in this next couple days knowing that it is a window that's going to be very tough in terms of travel conditions, very tough, and we are going to get that snow, especially southern areas. After that, it does start to calm down. I do want to mention another thing I haven't mentioned to this point, and that is flooding. The rain is going to come down heavy. At Fargo, we could see half an inch of rain, maybe even a little more, before we see that switch over to snow. Again, the ground, I should say, frozen at this point, so where is that rain going to go? It's going to start to pool in different areas. I think flooding could be an issue. In fact, likely in a few spots. Then we're also watching later next week. We get these temperatures warming up into the 30s, mid-20s. That's when we start to see the potential for maybe a little bit of river flooding as well. So again, a lot to talk about here, but really this next 36 hours or so, I think that is going to be the window, highest potential for the biggest issues in terms of travel. Best chance of seeing the heavier snow tonight through about mid-morning tomorrow. And again, that mix, that potential for ice as well. So we've got a lot going on here. I'd suggest if you want to get outdoors, maybe in the next couple hours, enjoy some of these warmer temperatures before they do go away, and they will, at least for a little while. It's certainly windy, but a better opportunity once we hit this evening, overnight tomorrow. Not a time period you want to be outdoors. Unless you have to travel, honestly, I would say skip it tomorrow. If you do, take things very slowly. And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated tonight, tomorrow on any road closures. We'll be live at Valley Today tomorrow morning in Grand Forks. We'll have coverage there. I'll be in tomorrow morning in the Fargo area early during the show, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll be giving you updates on the weather. Lisa Green, of course, in the studio as well. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you informed, and we will keep you safe out there. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful evening.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.